Since the new Miss USA Arbani Gabriel of Texas was crowned last October 3rd, several Miss USA 2022 contestants took to their social media to protest the possible rigging of the pageant finals that took place last October 3rd in Reno, Nevada. They also criticized the Miss USA organization for having mistreated them. It appears that part of the controversy revolves around an advertisement video by Nizuk, the cosmetic company which sponsors Miss USA. The advertisement features Arbani and was released less than 24 hours after she was crowned Miss USA 2022. It just so happens that the owner of Nizuk, Dr. Phi Nguyen, judged Arbani during the state costume competition that she eventually won. Several vloggers have also uploaded videos that discuss the controversy surrounding the new winner. The contestants insisted that they do not harbor any hatred against the winner, but that they demand an explanation from the Miss USA organization about the perceived manipulation of the final results. But before I continue, if you're new to this channel, welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button and the bell icon below to get instant notification for the next video. So the first time I heard about this controversy was when a pageant fan sent me screenshots of Instagram stories of a former Miss Texas USA contestant, whose identity I will not reveal, where she shows proofs that Texas had already been predetermined as the winner. My first reaction was to be skeptical about these stories because, as you know, there are two sides to every story, right? And of course, there are three types of truth: mine, yours, and the truth itself. So to treat the whole situation objectively without taking sides, I decided to watch the video by Danny Walker, a former Miss Montana USA, and the one by Kiki Chanel, a professional makeup artist who has worked with pageant girls. While Danny focuses on the controversial Nizuk advertisement video featuring Arbani, Kiki, on the other hand, covers almost everything from the ad video to a TikTok video posted by Jasmine Jones, a former Miss USA contestant, that features various winning reactions by previous winners and how the respective contestants reacted to their win. Now, compared to previous winners who showed varying degrees of ecstasy when they won and were congratulated by all of their peers, Arbani's reaction was rather subdued, and hardly any of her peers came up to congratulate her. Anyway, Miss Montana USA 2022 Heather Lee O'Keefe went live on Instagram last night to talk about the controversy and answered questions from viewers. I spliced the video into several parts, and I'm posting only selected parts that I think are sufficient to give the viewers a clearer idea of the pageant from the contestants' perspective. A brief commentary of mine follows each clip.
We all just kind of acted in the moment what we thought was right. We are a class of Division I athletes, Harvard alumni, lawyers, doctors, scientists, and people who fought for their citizenship to this country. We are the farthest thing from sore losers. The energy didn't lie. We trusted our gut. We are empowered women sticking up for a problem and an experience that we lived, and never in a million years did we imagine that we would be put in this position. And it hurts us that you all think we're being bitter, but it just takes away from the moment in this journey. We understand how it may look to some of you from the outside, but we are speaking up and jeopardizing our own reputations and titles to speak out on something because that's how important this is to us. And we want to avoid this for future girls who also want to follow a similar path and follow our footsteps. No one should be afraid to stand up for what's right. And that is the main point that I want to get across in this live video. We should all be able to speak out without fear of punishment or retaliation. Period. Okay, that's my first point. Period. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so if there's one thing that bothers me about some people is that they're too quick to call these contestants as bitter or sore losers without knowing the complete background behind the pageant or how the contestants were truly treated by the Miss USA organization. A sore loser is usually someone who doesn't take defeat well, especially one who complains or finds an excuse to reject the result. As Montana stated, her class consists of accomplished women who are probably prepared to handle losing, especially if all or some of them have lost a few times in their local state pageants. As far as I know, these women were more concerned about the irregularities in the Miss USA contest than they are of not winning or placing at all.
We filmed them or took them with like wet hair in a pool where we looked half naked. Um, I didn't really love it, especially that's just not the image that I wanted to portray for my Miss USA headshot, because in the past we all see like these gorgeous Miss USA glam shots where everyone's hair is done. And I, like I said, this is not the Miss USA experience that I envisioned for myself. And that's what's so upsetting about it. I did not, like all these years as a little girl looking up to Miss USA and always wanting to be there, I'd never in a million years pictured that my Miss USA headshot would be taken in a pool, half naked from the boobs up, with my hair wet and slicked back. To me, that is not pageantry reimagined. I didn't like it. That's my opinion on it.
Frankly, the first time I saw the official glam headshots of the contestants in the pool with wet hair, I was unimpressed. It's hardly glamorous, and the concept is hardly original. In fact, I commented on the Miss USA Instagram page that it's a cliche. Crystal Stewart saw my comment and she liked it. I'm sure the photographer is generally a good one, but his work is not as sublime as that of Fadil Barisha, who took the most amazing and most beautiful glam shots. I really wish they bring back Fadil. Don't you agree?
Oh my gosh. Okay. The photos from the pageant. Yes. Y'all. You think we get our photos and videos from competing, right? No. We have to pay $450 if we want a single photo, footage, video, photo, whatever footage of us competing at Miss USA, once in a lifetime opportunity that only 51 girls in the country get every year. We have to pay them on top of everything else we've already paid for, $450 to get footage of us competing at Miss USA. I think that's wrong, personally. I think that's wrong. We should not have to pay $450 to get footage of us competing at Miss USA when they have access to these photos and they are using them to promote their organization for monetary gain, but we don't even get access to these photos.
The contestants had to pay for their own photos. I mean, this is totally insane. $450 for a single photo or video footage is highway robbery. I mean, if I were a contestant and had known about this policy beforehand, I probably would have brought my own photographer or videographer and paid for a good seat for him during the prelims and finals so he could take as many photos and videos of me competing.
Okay, so let me talk about the white t-shirts. A lot of y'all were giving us flack for our fashion this week. That's another thing. We had to wear those white t-shirts and a black bottom every day at Miss USA. And in years past, usually Miss USA is this big fashion event. Girls bring all these outfits. You can see a lot of mine are on this rack right here that I never even got to wear because we were only allowed to wear those white t-shirts and some kind of black bottom, which honestly, looking back, I liked it because it took a lot of stress off of an already stressful week of having to pick an outfit for the day. It was easy to just put on the white top and a black leggings or whatever it might be and just move on with our life, especially rehearsals, just being comfortable. It was nice. I will say that. But our issue with that is we were given one white t-shirt for 7 days. So we were given the option to buy more at $25 each. So you do the math on that. If you wanted a clean shirt for Miss USA rehearsals every day, you had to buy 6 more for $25 each. So yeah, that was an issue that a lot of us had also. A lot of girls rocked that same shirt all week, and more power to them. I personally rotated 2 different white t-shirts all week, and it was disgusting. Honestly, it was really gross. We had spray tan stains all over these shirts. We were sweating in them because we did rehearsals. It was kind of an inside joke with all of us with these dang t-shirts, but yeah, I ended up having to cut the sleeves off of mine at the end and make it into a crop top because I had so many spray tan stains and like deodorant stains. It was absolutely disgusting by the end of the week. And we're all going to burn those shirts probably. But
Oh gee, the white t-shirts. As you know, Miss Grand International, Miss Intercontinental, and the Miss Globe pageants are happening simultaneously in different parts of the world. I noticed that the contestants in these pageants get to wear attractive, identical outfits for various activities, but never white t shirts. But the fact that Miss USA could not even afford to provide 7 white t shirts for each contestant and expect the same white t shirt to be immaculate after 7 days is just plain outrageous.
Or 33 1/3% for each thing. Everything was weighted equally. That was all calculated. We all competed in the preliminaries, and then they selected a top 15 plus a people's choice vote. So 16 girls from the preliminaries to compete in finals on Monday night. But between preliminaries and finals, we also competed in a state costume show just for fun. It didn't count towards the final score judging, but we all still went on stage and competed and were judged in this state costume competition. And the judges for that were different. They were sponsors of the pageant who had worked with the winner in the past, and there is blatant evidence of this. So everything I'm saying can be backed up, and anything else is just my opinion that I'm sharing. So I'm just speaking freely here, but the factual allegations that I'm bringing out, everything like that, we have screenshots, we have evidence to back all of this up. So don't come at me for that, because we have proof for everything that we are alleging. So sponsors were judging the state costume competition, and of course Texas won the state costume competition as well, which I will say, I think that's when things started to get a little weird for all of us contestants, and we were really like, okay, what's going on here? Because nothing against Arbany as a person, and I want to reiterate, this is not, we are not coming out against Arbany. We want to make it very clear that we are not in any way attacking Arbany as a person. And for those of you who don't know, Arbany is Miss Texas USA, who won Miss USA 2022. We do not have any public opinions on her as an individual. This has nothing to do with Arbany herself. This is about how we all were treated as a whole by the Miss Brand, Miss USA organization this past week in Reno, Nevada, and the things that we all experienced as a class. We all started to put the puzzle pieces together, and we are all collectively sharing our experiences together. And I guess I kind of took it upon myself to really just be the face of this movement and start really being public with my experience. And I've had a lot of girls from our class come up to me and just be like, okay, Heather, you just be the spokesperson for us. Like I said at the beginning of this call, we all, not all of us, but a lot of us got on a Zoom call. A lot of girls told me things that they wanted me to say for them on their behalf. So that's what I'm doing now. I am speaking out on behalf of myself and my class of Miss USA 2022 sisters, who we all shared this same experience. We all saw these same things happen. We all started to put the puzzle pieces together, and now we are coming together as a class and speaking out on it. So again, want to make it clear, nothing against the girl who won Miss USA. We have no hard feelings against her. It is not her fault. These are our issues that we're bringing up with the organization as a whole.
2 things that I want to mention. 1, regardless whether or not the sponsor knows the contestant, I don't have an issue with the sponsor judging a state costume competition as long as this competition does not impact the preliminary or final scores. What I do take issue with is favoritism. That is, when it becomes obvious that sponsors or even the staff keep pushing for a certain contestant to win the crown by giving her special treatment, such as allowing her to bring her own hair and makeup artist, which is usually not allowed in national pageants, or handing her the final question in advance so she can mentally prepare, or just by influencing the judges to vote for her. It sounds unbelievable and unethical, but these things happen quite frequently in pageants because some people are either afraid to speak up for fear of retaliation or that they're totally indifferent. I remember when I judged the Miss New Hampshire USA 2014 pageant, all the judges were required to sign a waiver stating that they do not know or have never worked with any of the contestants in the competition. And when I judged that pageant, oddly enough, I did not know any of the girls that were being judged. So I'm not sure if that's still the case with the Miss USA system under Crystal Stewart. So, but it has to be. I think they really have to make all of the judges sign a waiver stating that they do not know any of the contestants that they're about to judge. That's fair, don't you think? So just as I was editing this vlog, I saw on my Facebook newsfeed a screenshot of an IG story posted by a certain Raven Ramsey that says, "Crystal is out. I just got confirmation. Crystal is out." I mean, I tend to be very skeptical about online posts that are not coming directly from the main source. In this case, the Miss USA organization. So for now, I'm treating this IG story as a rumor. Unless Crystal herself or the Miss Universe organization releases an official statement saying that Crystal is out, then we have to take everything for now with a grain of salt. Tomorrow is another day, which means newer and fresher revelations. Thank you for watching, guys. Until the next time.